This week's Extra Life on F5 Live Refreshing Technology and GNC Week in Review is proudly powered by EXA. EXA brings the latest technology to gamers, offering the most immersive products for the ultimate gaming experience. They've compiled the best elements of cutting-edge ENC tech, the latest in Bluetooth 5.0, 7.1 surround, plus extra features into their headsets so everyone can enjoy a sensational gaming experience. And they've got headsets for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Plus, they won't break the bank. Learn more about the headsets that are available and any current promotions by going to f5live.tv/exa. And yes, I will point out that I am currently wearing EXA headphones because I really like them. Anyway, we have got a absolutely crazy Extra Life topic today. So a lot of video games, especially sports video games, feature real people in them, right? That's what makes them a success. EA licensed the NFL. You've got UFC. You've got all kinds of things. But an interesting copyright suit was filed because of it, but not by anybody related to the game. In fact, it's an artist, a tattoo artist, who tattooed who is it, Kirk? Who is the WWE wrestler?
It's Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Right.
And there are like a dozen tattoos or something like that. And they were, of course, replicated in the game because they're on his body, and Take-Two Interactive licensed his likeness, but the tattoo artist sued Take-Two because they didn't get her permission to replicate her art in the game. So that is an absolutely fascinating place to be as far as copyright is concerned. And to make it even more interesting, she won. I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting it to end up in her favor. It's such an interesting case because didn't she theoretically sell the artwork to the wrestler as part of the process of putting it on him? Apparently not. I don't know. Is it a licensing deal that she has with him for the artwork on his body? It's all very interesting. And I don't know where I sit on this. Where are you, Kirk?
That's a question. I don't know, like, where I'm torn. I thought that a lot of these, from what I understand, WWE has, when they have their games, I thought that they have their own. I'm kind of I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. I thought WWE has, their own, they get tattoos, or they have their own people do that. I didn't know they can go outside of outside and have their own. This was really shocking to me too.
It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wrong on the number. It's 5, not 12.
Right.
He's got a bunch of tattoos. 5 of them are from this one artist.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you have a take on this, Abram?
Yeah, so I was trying to look up who was the one who sued, but I remember there was a TV. I heard about this somewhere. There was a TV. Do you remember there was a TV show, a sitcom called Rock?
Yes.
Back in the day, like maybe 20 years ago or something.
Yeah,
it was on Fox. Yep.
Apparently, there was a quilt or something that was shown on the show, and the artist sued, and I think they won.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay, so there's precedent for it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't a quilt. It was an artwork called Church Picnic Story Quilts.
Mm.
And there was something right. So it was
Fascinating.
like something about it was it was used in the show,
Okay.
and they sued and I believe they won. So like
Interesting.
if you have a piece of artwork behind you on, I mean, I don't know how like likely it is if I have like, poster on the wall here, if I'm going to be sued for having it on while I'm on like a, running a podcast or something. But Scott has his hand up. So.
Oh no, I'm covering a poster on the wall.
Oh, anyway. Oh, okay. So, it's right. Yeah. Sega. Um, but I mean, like, I can totally, so this reminds me of that, like his tattoo, it's his body but it's her artwork, but it's a little bit of a scary precedent
It is, and I
because
don't like it.
one thing that I am always wondering when I watch a movie is whether the tattoos that the character is shown, that some characters are shown to have, unless the tattoo's part of the story, is the actual actor's tattoo, or was just like
Character.
part made made up for the character. And it makes me wonder sometimes, like, oh, if they have this, like this tattoo, is that because they didn't want, like, the makeup artist or whatever didn't want to didn't want to bother covering over the
Right.
tattoo with makeup or whatever, so they just let them use their regular tattoo.
Because
uh,
sometimes covering, Mike Tyson's face tattoo is too much work.
I mean, that one might be a little, I mean, but I don't know. It always surprises me that like people who are actors and actresses get tattoos, because doesn't that kind
Right?
of like doesn't that kind of hurt the? I mean, I guess people in Hollywood are like, that's fine, we'll just airbrush or whatever.
We'll
But
figure it out.
I would figure that would be a no no, because you never know whether your character is supposed to have a tattoo or not.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's really interesting. I don't like the precedent for I bought the artwork, it's on my body, but you can still restrict what I can do with it. That that's
now
a strange. Has she sued TBS for airing WWE?
I mean, that's where this could go, right? The other
Right.
question is, what if the content in the tattoo is a trademark of somebody? Like,
Like
what if it's
people
what
who
if
get
it's like a
like
soup can or something? What if
or
it's an
get
Apple logo?
they get people get the Rockstar Energy drink tattoos. I mean,
Right,
normally their name is Kyle, but you know what I mean. And
right.
people
So
do it.
Well, that's what, and I was thinking too. I don't. They like a lot of these video game companies, like Madden, for example. Don't they have their own professional? Don't they have their own design team that can design tattoos? And let's say that a football player doesn't have tattoos. What if like Matt or EA Sports can design tattoos?
Or to like add them for them.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, EA, an employee of EA created the artwork, so it's not a problem. But
Right.
in this case, they were replicating real world existing tattoos,
Right.
and
Okay.
that's where the conflict comes in, and
Right.
it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the fact that it's literally replicated. That's the thing. Being on TV, nobody went and recreated the artwork, but in this case, another artist literally recreated her artwork. Maybe that was the argument. Maybe I
Yeah.
might be able to, I might be able to get behind that argument to an extent. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it's it's a tattoo on a person, and it's still a tattoo on a person,
Right.
even in the video game.
Mm-hmm.
The metaverse. Here's my feeling: the metaverse is going to get real weird after this. I mean,
Yeah.
if the idea is a representation of an avatar representation of you. That doesn't have to look like you. You could do something different. But if you wanted it to be a direct replication of you, you can't have tattoos. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's a good question. On the flip side, you got to also start to ask other questions. I mean, the tattoo is literally art, so I get that, but like, I would really hate it if like somebody, the company that made my glasses was like, hey, wait a second, you're profiting off of my glasses.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that I'm worried about, like the direction that this could go. Are you not allowed to wear your glasses, or is Alante going to sue me because I'm wearing this shirt on the stream and he did it's an original piece of art?
Don't tell him.
Well, I mean, I'm really in trouble because this is an original piece of art of his too. But I mean, it gets real weird real quick.
Yeah.
If we go down this path, I think, any further. So it's definitely a concept I think we're going to have to keep an eye on as we go, especially for those of us who are on camera in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Could it potentially come at us? So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live, Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course hit the notification bell, because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to PLUGHITZlive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.